What is going on, and welcome back to the Journeyman with me, FoggyPlays on FM22. We are still in charge of Kerrs and Ashton. We signed a new contract, so we're going to be here for another season because we've quite overperformed this year. In this episode, though, we're taking on Blythe and Kettering, guaranteed a playoff place. So we will be doing that in the next episode. Hopefully, we can win the playoffs, and that would be fantastic. So if you do want to enjoy this episode, do make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now let's get into the video. So as you can see from the form, since we were here last in the defeat against Aldershot, which to be fair, we really shouldn't have been 4-3 anyway. We went on and beat Farsley comfortably. Then we beat Gateshead, Kidderminster, who are top of the league, but there's something I need to show you about that because I'm slightly confused. Spennymoor, we won 3-0, beat Boston, beat Darlington, drew with Chorley, which was disappointing, but then beat Guiseley and Leamington. The Leamington game was a fan day, and of course, 555 people showed up to the match, which is fine, I guess. Leamington are second bottom, I think, or they're bottom. They're relegated now anyway. We relegated them. Bonington scored himself a cheeky little hat-trick, and Dominic Knowles also got on the score sheet. Finance-wise, going into the playoffs, we are losing a decent amount of money. We've had a little bit of wage budget increase. No, we haven't. For next season, we're supposed to be having a wage increase. We're currently overspending, but as it is, committed spending has dropped quite a bit. Yeah, form-wise, we've been quite good. I'll show you the league, actually. This is what I'm confused about. Kidderminster don't have a playoff spot guaranteed. I've been trying to see if they're like failing financial fair play, and it doesn't look like it because their finances are okay. So I'm not sure why they haven't got a thing here, but we're guaranteed a playoff spot. We're currently sitting second, which is fantastic. Bradford and Leamington both got relegated in their last matches. Kidderminster also actually lost last time out to Guiseley 4-2, which was surprising. But yeah, final two games of the season could actually win the league. Kidderminster would need to lose to Leamington. Can't see that happening. And who else are Kidderminster playing? Am I blind? I must be blind. Yeah, playing Darlington. So that should be two interesting games, and we could find out potentially we win the league. That would be very unexpected. We have had our youth intake, as you would have seen an episode, or I think it's 2 videos back now. But we're going into this one. We're going to win. I feel good. I feel good. So we're starting with Renshaw in goal, Ben and Stevenson, who've been in quite good form as our fullbacks, Flowers and Wilson as our central defence. They've pretty much been our ever-present. Thomas, Willis, Friel and Rydell as our midfield behind Bonington and Knowles, who have been, as I said, like Bonington 7.9. He has been insane. Renshaw has had a couple of games where he's been off form, but we're not going to talk about it because this is good. No changes from the last match. We, I think, made one change in each of the last 2 matches. This is coming 2 days after we played Leamington, so I'm kind of hoping we can keep going. I've told players that I want them to just kind of continue where they did in the last match, and just gave everyone a little bit of a confidence boost. So we're going into this one against Blythe, where, like I said, Kidderminster have already taken the lead against Leamington. Didn't even get a chance to say, in theory, we have a chance of winning the league. Probably not going to happen. One thing I have done for this game is swap to Knowles and Bonington around, just to see if I can get that to do something, and it's kind of worked. Bonington crossed it over, Rydell heads it back, and Knowles puts it over. They're playing a very expansive tactic, so that's interesting. We're still playing the standard 4-4-2, which has been working, and I'm not going to complain. We've played variations of this. Kidderminster are now 2 up. We did win Manager of the Month in the last month, because we did win all but one of our games, which was a draw, and it was a very mixed up month as well for teams. Quite a number of managers won like 2/3 of the games, or like half, as it was as was the case for some of them. But yeah, we managed to smash it, so quite happy with that. Willis turns and did a little bit of 360 no scope on that one. But yeah, Bradford and Leamington really not having a good time. So they'll be quite disappointed to finish bottom and second bottom, but at the same time they didn't really do an awful lot to deserve to stay up, and Adam Thomas has picked up a knock. I think we have Curran on the bench, so he can come on and play right wing probably in the second half. Knowles, again, he's headed over. Right. All right, Bonington and Knowles, I'm going to swap you around. Bonington can just play as the poacher, because that's what he did to a rather high standard in the last match. Not much has happened. We've had those couple of highlights. Keep going. I believe we can win. It's going to give everyone this step up, expected to win, blah, blah, blah. Thomas can come off, and Curran is on the bench. I do like to play him as the winger on attack. I'll just put Rydell back to being support. Give Curran just a little bit of faith in there, faith to make a difference. He doesn't care, but it's fine. Blythe are playing the non-league standard box-to-box midfielder, ball-win midfielder. Knowles stung the keeper's hands so much so he couldn't keep a hold of it, but not much actually. It was a pretty tame shot, I have to say. Curran with the corner gets cleared away, and Blythe did win the ball back, but nothing came from it. So we're just going to give a bit more encouragement. To be fair, really shouldn't be playing cautious against a team like Blythe, but we're going to keep doing it for now. Blythe have a corner, and they've scored. So attacking. Go boys. Get out there, score an equaliser, and then a winner. Don't want to watch it again. That was vile. Vile non-league football. Blech. Scoring from corners. Oh, who would do that? I think we were playing against, was it Guiseley, and they just kept long throws, just constantly long throws. It was, I can see now how long throws can be frustrating. Knowles offside. I knew it. I knew the second Bonington headed that on that Knowles was going to be standing just offside. We don't even get a highlight for it. Okay, we do need to make changes now. We need to properly figure out what we're going to do. Renshaw, as per usual, pop on the camera, and Knowles or Renshaw not having a great game. We're going to bring McKay on to be a target forward. Could take Rydell off. But what's the point? Merrill can come on for free. I'm going to put Willis to play as the Mazzella. Go out there and make the difference. I've motivated and inspired Merrill. McKay is just bog standard, motivated. 10 minutes left. Very attacking. Do not want to... I swear to God, if we lose after all this time. After all this time of doing so well, we're going to lose. Actually, distribute to the playmaker. I have been playing with higher defensive lines. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're actually going to lose. We're actually going to lose. I'm going to break them right at the end, and we lose to Blythe. So, okay. Not going to win the league, because I'm pretty sure Kidderminster won their game as well. I'm not happy, for obvious reasons. I didn't even check to see where that puts us in the league now. Are we still second? Because I know, was it Gloucester? Were right behind us. I think they were a point behind. Maybe? Are we ever going to find out? Hello? Has this happened to anybody else? Or are you sitting here just waiting media reaction? Even though I don't do media stuff, and it's non-league. At most we probably get 2 journalists show up. Are they just trying to... The journalists are we need questions. Dominic Knowles didn't play well today. Nor did Jack McKay. or your goalkeeper. Your goalkeeper was terrible. Right. We're going to come back for the Kettering game. So we will be back for that in just a second. Right, fellas. So it is the final game of the regular league season. As I said, we do have the playoffs coming up in the next episode. But we're taking on Kettering today in this one, as you're already probably aware, because I said it. We do need Blythe to do us a favour and beat Gloucester so that we can finish second. And then we'd be taking on Chorley or Darlington. I think I prefer us to play Darlington because I think Chorley potentially have enough about them to do something against us. We do, however, have slight issue at the right wing position again. Adam Thomas, not fully fit. Could play, not going to risk him because I prefer to have him in a different game, in the more important games. We're going to be continuing with Bonington and Knowles up front, even though Knowles has been lackluster with the old goals. But Angelino Falalangelo is going to sit in the bench. He's already played twice for us since coming through the youth intake. No goalkeeper on the bench today. Ollie Marshall played for the under-19s earlier, so that's pretty good. Curran coming in for Thomas. We're just going to have to hope that he can do things. 'Cause with Thomas not being available, don't really have a right winger on the bench. We're fourth. They're a 19th in the form table. I think Blythe weren't in the best of form either, but they still managed to do the business against us. But we are taking on the mighty Kettering. We're going to chuck a bit of encouragement because kickoff highlight, in key highlights, I'm not a big fan. We can always change it if it ends up with us getting a goal, which I don't think it's going to. But, never know. Bonington finds Friel, who I think has just signed a new contract, as has Renshaw. Bonington's true, and Bonington has scored. All right, we're going to cancel that encouragement, which, in case you didn't know, that is a thing you can do. The players now won't be encouraged, because if they did, we'd probably get angry players at us. But that was a beautiful 1-2 play by Willis and Friel. To be fair, Friel did lose the ball, but we've come away with the goal. Wilson, Friel, and Bonington all getting above a 7 after the first minute, which is fantastic. Willis got nothing for that, even though he was pretty important. He was the assist to the assist. Sheriff is through, but thankfully Renshaw, with his new contract, has stopped that one from going in. But now Kettering, Flowers heads it away. Knowles drops onto his foot. Blythe are winning. Blythe are winning. Blythe. Come on, Blythe. Come on, you Spartans. I believe in you. You're fantastic. To be fair, they've had a very hard end to the season, playing against the team that were second at the start of their last game, which was us. And now they're taking on Gloucester, who are second now. Oh, Dominic Knowles almost gets a goal. Unless Kane Felix scores 7 goals, I think, on the last day, and Knowles gets nothing, I think Dominic Knowles is going to win the Golden Boot. Because I think Kane Felix picked up a knock or something, because we played him recently and Kane Felix was unavailable. Didn't actually check to see if he was injured. Not that fussed. But everything is fine. Kettering have the ball in their defensive third and are really just kind of playing the ball around. So I'd be happy to keep them there, just pinned in. Sharif. They have Sharif and a Sheriff. Nice bit of combination. It's like Lelujo with his Leamington team having every Brown in the world. And thankfully, Kettering's cross ends with the ball going over the bar. Chorley are being beaten by Spennymoor. Spennymoor have had some of the most weird results this year. Losing to, I think was it Bradford they lost, and then they beat someone like 7-4 or something. It's just been one of those seasons so far. I'm gonna say I'm not happy with the performance thus far. Do we want to make any changes? Is there anyone? No. Angelino in his last game actually came on and really quite well. So there's a chance that he'll come on for Rydell at some point, because Rydell's not having an amazing game. Our wingers really are struggling, as is Dominic Newells. Bonington's having a grand time. Not much has happened since the first minute, so we're just going to swap the two strikers around for the time being. Renshaw, big long ball, finds a defender, which is not ideal. But this is fine. O'Brien, I thought he was meant to be injured for this game, but that's, it's whatever. Whatever. It's my Joe Gamble. He's the one that deals with all the press conferences and whatnot. I have nothing to do with it. Renshaw just flaps at that. Thankfully, it's sailed over Gloucester. 2-1 up against Blythe now. That happened very quickly. But yeah, this is fine. I'll take third. We can't finish any lower than third. Okay, it's 70 minutes. Rydell, you're going to come off for Angelino, who is going to be an inverted winger on support. Curran can just be an attacking winger. Maybe that's why he's not having the best games. Willis can come off for Merrill. And McKay is going to come on for Curran. And we're just going to pop him up a little bit and have him as a wide target forward. Triple substitution, so we're going to get an injury. Of course, we would probably do a goalkeeper to Renshaw. Probably going to break his hand or his arm. And we're going to play Marshall, who's only played, what's it, three games and a substitute appearance so far this year. But I would like to get a win going into the playoffs, because it's important. Kidderminster also have been awarded champions. I'm not sure why it just never gave them anything. Like, they were never in the playoffs, but they're no champions, so that's fine. McKay is true, and Jack McKay comes on, scores a goal. He hasn't played or scored in so long. Kettering had the player that had to go off with an injury, and Angelino Falalanjo is after picking up a knock, so that's not ideal. McGloucester are 4-2 up against Blythe now. That's fine. We've won. That's the important thing. We've managed to win a game. Delightful. That was a good win for us. We're going into the playoffs with some bit of form, which can't complain about. That I'll take it. That's fine. I think we're playing Darlington, because it does go second plays 7th. Oh no, because it's 4th against 7th, 5th against 6th. So we have the next game off. We'll be playing in the semi-finals, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be what? Fyle against Chorley and York against Darlington. And then we play whoever wins York or Darlington, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Fyle drew with Leamington. Ooh. Not a great way to end their season. Gotta love that noise. Woodham played in that game. Completely forgot. Flowers was on form. Outstanding defensively. Probably. How did Bradford lost to Southport? Okay, fair enough. So we'll play either York or Darlington, and then if we win that game, we'll play either Fylde, Chorley, or Gloucester. So we don't have a game for just a wee while. We have a couple of days off. Just fantastic. Probably just going to give the players a nice cheeky bit of a rest. So that'll be the next episode. Hopefully a semi-final and a final. Is that what they're calling it? Yeah, the semi-final. And then the final will be us, York or Darlington against Fylde, Chorley or Gloucester. So that's fantastic. Dominic Knowles, 29. Was Kane Felix injured? Oh, he's wanted by Kidderminster. How was this season, actually? He did pretty good. As we said, he did pretty good. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this episode, do make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's fantastic to have you here. Make sure you come back for the next one. And I'll see you in the next one.